guilty of crime.
Hello, everybody. What's up? I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back, y'all. Good to see you. Come on in. Sadie's mama says, let's roll. How you doing, y'all? Come on in. I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back midweek. Happy Wednesday. Do me a favor, y'all. Come on in. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and get a membership if you can. What's going on? We made it through half the week. Now it finally cooled down here in Cali. Thank God. Don't know how the rest of the week's going to go, but we're going to keep it cool. We're going to keep the AC on, the fans, whatever we got to do. Come on in, you guys. I got the goal up. Barbie G, thank you so much. She tagged me in a $5 Cash App. Appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you guys have the means to gift a membership, get a membership, super chat, super sticker, all that jazz. You know the drill. It's up. I'm not going to keep telling you, but what I do want is to get in the algorithm of this case. I think we're going on day 7 with no monetization, which is wild because I've been trying to tiptoe around YouTube and it just isn't happening. It's okay. It's all good. Victoria, what's up, my friend? It's roasting in Central Florida. Mama Sage, how you doing? Sadie's mama, good to see you always. It's cool in New York, Marie says. Michelle says, love the new background. It gives off creepy Halloween night behind you. Well, today we're talking about David, the YouTube sensation, music singer on tour. Will his own words convict him? Disturbing posts go viral after Celeste Rivas is found. We're going to get into it today. We're going to go into who the heck we're talking about, timelines, music, TikToks, Discords, all that stuff. What is the connection and what the heck is he saying in his songs? He's literally giving you guys an insight, in my opinion, to what he did to Celeste. All right. Now, you guys don't know. If you don't know, you don't know anything yet about it. So we're going to just start from the ground and just keep remembering, will David's own words convict him? All right. And then we're just going to get everything put together. I'm tired of seeing all the AI out there just putting nonsense together. Like, wait a minute. We knew she was in the trunk already. We knew she got found in the trunk. What about it? 20 minutes in. So we want to get into the nitty gritty. I want you to know what's going on. Millie, what's up? God, you're covering this. Just heard about it yesterday. It's all over. It's all over social media. And here's the thing. The thing is that it's allegedly 15 years old. I think she was 11 when he met her, 13 possibly when she went missing. People are saying she turned 14 while she was already passed away. So you guys got to remember, the way that she was found is gruesome. Only parts of her were found in, not even the trunk. It's the front part. I don't know what they call that. The frunk. I read something like that. On a Tesla, there's not even a trunk in the front. It's a small space that almost nothing fits into. Well, Celeste was in there and only part of her was in there, guys. So, Carrie, what's up? Good to see you. Send me an email. Thank you. Also, thank you for listening to me vent last night. I needed that. I appreciate it. Yeah, the frunk. I read that and I'm like, that's so funny what they call it. So, yeah, Barbie G, thank you for the Cash App. Good to see all you coming over today. 75 pounds. Yeah, they did say that. 75 pounds of what is what we're talking about. Gives Nancy Crampton Brophy vibes. I don't know what that means, but okay. All right. Come on in, guys. Thank you all for being here. PGH Deb, good to see you. Cheeto the Magnificent. Everybody, thank you. Come on in. I don't want to get started until I know everybody's just chilling out, ready to go. Bar Q, good to see you again. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Love you too, Lady for Justice. Appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for the support and keeping this channel focused on what we do best, voice for children and the victims. All right. So what's up, Victoria, Shelly, all y'all, Bree. All right, guys, let's throw this up so you guys can see what the hell we're talking about today. All right. Oh, okay. Nancy Crampton Brophy. Okay. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. There's a lot of channels doing this today, Beth, and there's so many things that you can focus on in this case. I can literally focus on David cleaning bloody shoes allegedly. I can focus on him saying almost to the T what happened to her. I can focus on videos that he has her hidden in. I can focus on so many things, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to focus on the detail and then the big picture of his words and will they convict him, and going over the viral post that went out there. All right. So Mama Sage says, thank you, Jay, for doing this. So many lies. I knew you would tell the truth. Yes, I try to tell you what is out there in writing and what the heck's happening based on evidence, not just on whatever. And yes, Superfly, I did hear that I heard a possibility, which I'm going to go over today, possible theories. One being that she might be pregnant. If she's pregnant, she got out of his age group, what he likes, she got too old. Now, in this case, Superfly, that's a possibility. However, I think that his jealousy got the best of him and he took her life. But whether she was pregnant or not is neither here nor there. Nancy Jean, so good to see you. So good to see you. I've got so much coming up soon. Connie Branch says, sorry about last night. It was probably a good thing I didn't get through. Love you, Jay. Thank you, Connie, for the $5 super chat and supporting Guilty of Crime. Because you know it all comes back here to go back to the show. All right. Suzanne, good to see you. Indy, much love. All right. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. Seems like he was obsessed with the kid. Obsessed, grooming, and he had two Celestes, guys. There were two Celeste. So this is Celeste Rivas Hernandez is no longer with us. So many things going on, guys. I'm telling you right now. And what's up, Lily Paul? Good to see you. He was online saying, I find you talking to another guy, she would die. And that's my theory, Superfly. I absolutely believe that's the case. In this case, I think that's part of it. Two stoner detectives. This case is very sad. I just think about having a daughter growing up in this day and age and little girls being glamorized to be with a superstar or a YouTube sensation, when actually all that happens nowadays is these little girls get groomed, get raped, and then we don't know because these people have money. What's up, Kel? Much love to you, Jammy. This is a very sad case. Nikki says, I was upset last night too. Tried to get through. I know so many of you guys were upset. I'm not going to go on that show anymore. We're going to talk about all of it, guys. Got mad. It was one of the guy fans. Happy birthday. Yeah, we're going to go over all that as much as possible. I don't think she overdosed. I doubt it. But we're going to talk about her body being found and what the autopsy is saying. Toxicology, what's it gonna say? What's up, Sophia and Chelsea? How you doing? Passed around. Probably this also reminds me of Aaliyah and the R. Kelly situation. Aaliyah was married to R. Kelly at the young age of 14 and possibly passed around too. All right. And Superfly, I was like that all night. I was up and down after I vented for an entire hour to Carrie. Rest in peace, Celeste. It was brutal too. Brutal. All right. Shelly R. We're not going to talk about the island. Go back and watch my video from earlier. We're not going to that island again. Next time you guys see me on an island, I will be on the island of Hawaii somewhere, not Turtle Island. All right, Jay, I really want to understand why our parents didn't go get her. Now, let me tell you this, Lynn from Vermont. I read, yeah, R. Kelly vibes, Superfly, R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Now, Aaliyah died in a plane crash. I do not believe the plane crash that Aaliyah died in was on accident. All right. Now, I want to talk about her parents, and her parents were receiving money. I heard that he was paying her parents money to keep her. And if you don't like the chat, this is what I'm doing. We're get on with the story, she says. Cynthia, we are getting on with the story. If you don't like the way I present true crime, then you can go. All right. Bye. See you later. I am telling the story right now. So, yeah. Bye, Felicia. All right. Justice for Celeste. And you guys know why I don't come on and just start telling you guys everything? Because I need everybody to be in chat so that they don't come back and say, Jay, what just happened? Can you tell me about it? Yeah, she didn't want to get on there. Aaliyah didn't want to get on there, and she died. All right. What's up, Allie Callie? All right. Now that everybody's here, justice for Celeste. Glenn says, I lost count of how many trolls accounts Jay has. How many troll accounts that I have? What? Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. I never heard of it until this happened. I made it home. Hey, all right. You made it home. Now listen, story villain. No, this is how we do in the beginning of the show, to wait for people to roll in so that we can tell you what happened today. All right. Yeah, man. Oh man, these people. All right. We're talking about Aaliyah. We're talking about David's responsibility. We're talking about the case of Celeste. All right. Thank you, FarQ. All right. So look, there is Celeste Rivas Hernandez, justice for her. And this is David. Now, David even uses little Hello Kitty symbols and similar things to represent Celeste. And you can see him in the picture, in the picture on the right with the blood. This is all. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate being able to do what I want on my channel. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate you. All right. Right? Oh my goodness gracious. But thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, FarQ, for the Guilty of Crime membership, whoever got that. And yeah, let's get into it, guys. Now let's just start off here with showing this. Now, if you know anything about this case, we just kind of got onto it. September 8th, 2025, employees at Hollywood Tow in Hollywood Hills, California, reported a foul odor coming from an impounded Tesla Model Y. Now, when Los Angeles police opened the front trunk, or frunk, they found a bag containing partially decomposed and dismembered remains, identified as only a head and a torso, you guys. The vehicle had Texas plates on it and was and is registered to 20-year-old David Anthony Burke, known as David. Now, it had been reported abandoned and towed by the Department of Transportation for parking on a public street for longer than 72 hours. Forensic testing by Los Angeles County Department and medical examiner confirmed that the remains are 15-year-old would-be Celeste Rivas Hernandez on September 17th, only 7 days ago. Now, Celeste's date of death is listed as September 8th, with the location, vehicle, and the cause of death deferred pending until investigation and lab tests. But I'm going to show you guys a little bit more. All All right. So don't worry about it. This LAPD at this time does not have a crime classification from the coroner as the mode or manner of death. Thus, they don't have any suspects information, but they are looking at David. All right. Mo says, after Roblox episode, talked to my son, and he said he probably dated a couple 35 years old, and I was shook. Damn, Mo, thank you so much for that super chat. And damn, that's eye-opening, isn't it? Dang, man. Nancy Jean says, another child groomed, essayed, and disposed. Parents, I'm going to tell you right now that I heard that the parents were receiving hefty amounts of money from David before Celeste disappeared to keep him having her in his clutches. All right. And thank you, Nancy Jean, for supporting the channel as well. Foxy, thank you. So at this time, there is no crime that's classified. Now, take a look at this. I just wanted to show you that that is what was written up on the vehicle. You can see the damage there that was done to the vehicle. All right. You can see that it says vehicle for 72 hours. Now, this was on August 27, 2025, almost a month ago. In the middle of the day, 2:26 p.m., smoke white, check. And they put what it is. They wrote that down. Then 6 days later, the vehicle was sighted again on 9/3, almost the same time at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No evidence of them moving. The vehicle was visible. All right. So what happened? They don't want, they said no deputy of value, nothing of value is no evidence in dwelling. They looked at it 360 degrees all around, and it says there was a major dent. That's what they wrote up. Okay. There was a major dent. They showed the vehicle. They wrote on the left side the damage, and that's what happened. That's what kicked off this entire case, was that. All right. So, yeah, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Hopefully, when I'm not reading, I can see your guys' chats. Shameful on those parents. And yes, the parents, we need to look at them. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that they said, etc. But man, the parents basically sold her, in my opinion. But we're going to get to that. All right. How sad this family had a financial agreement and their daughter was collateral. God help us. And I'm going to give you the evidence as to why and what. All right. Foxy, I thank you for that. And whoever got the membership, thank you. And anybody that comes in, I'll just time them out if they come in. And don't worry, we're not going to have trolls today, y'all. All right. So that showed the damage there. And I do want to show you real quick. It says the COD here for Celeste Rivas. Before we get into anything else, right now, what you guys know is that her body was found in the front of a Tesla that was towed, and the car belongs to David. All right. So let's just take a look at that real quick. That's Celeste Rivas' place of death, and information that might help or may not. I don't know. All right. So let me look at this real quick. You can see that there's a case number. So we can look up this case number, but there's nothing right now in the case. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Place of death. They say that's a vehicle. I don't think so, though. Cause a deferred open case. Nothing yet. They don't even know. It says manner. We don't know. Cause B, body status, ready for release. Now, I'll tell you guys, her body was released to her parents, I believe, yesterday. I have that. I'll show you in a bit. Karen Tapia is the lead investigator. Medical examiner, Dr. Nam Ansel. Other significant conditions, ethnicity, Hispanic, Latina, and a female. All right. So I want you guys to keep an eye on this with me. There was only a head and a torso. All right. We're going to look into that, Rosalie. We just got started. I did absolutely read that the parents were receiving sums of up to $10,000 on a regular basis in order to keep Celeste with David as he hid her in his platform. And he made a lot of not even mysterious, but just open social media posts about how obsessed he was with Celeste as he passed off Celeste number 2, which was old enough to be with him. All right. So this case gets crazy. So stay tuned. We're just getting started. All right. So there you go. We need justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez. All right. Well, shame on him. He's 20 years old. And but when he was what, 17, he was dating an 11-year-old. That's gross. I don't know what is up with these rock star, rap star, hip hop stars that want children. Clara, I'm sure his people helped him cover it up. Of course. Why do you think while he was on tour, his car was getting towed and body was being found? You don't think that was on purpose? Absolutely, in my opinion, it was. And wait until you listen to the music. What he talks about is just it's gruesome, it's gross, it's disgusting, it's eerie. Say no to rappers. All right, we're gonna get into all that, guys. You guys gotta know. 11 and 16, not a rapper. Well, whatever, hip hop, rap, all that, all of it. There's rappers that collab with him. We're talking about Diddy, R. Kelly, right? That's what we're talking about today. Like double, right? What's up, One Love? Good to see you. All right, so that's what we have so far. We're just getting started on this. Let's take a look at some of the things that were reported on. We'll go back and forth between like a video clip and etc. Right? So David dated the 15-year-old victim. Let's start off with some proof, and then we'll come back to like Celeste Rivas' background and connection to David and where she went missing from, etc. I'm going to start off with this TikTok post, and then I'll tell you about like all the details, but I want you to see what's happening in this case.
Cooked. Career over. Him and the 15-year-old girl that was found chopped up in his trunk. Oh, they knew each other since as early as 2022 when she was 12. And y'all know I always bring receipts, so we're going to talk about all of them. Now, if y'all did not know, David had a Discord community that he was very, very active on. He was present for a lot of the conversations that were happening in this community, and he almost had like a cult-like following on Discord. As y'all can see, these conversations are from March 2024. Celeste would have been 13 years old. She would have been turning 14 in September of 2024.
And this is why we're going through this, because I want you guys to get like the super detailed backstory and also see the images on there popping up. I mean, it's everywhere. Nina Drew, thank you so much. I'm sure that you were there last night. I appreciate you for supporting Guilty of Crime. Second, Celeste may have been a smokescreen to hide or confuse people, and I agree with that, Sultry. That's why I'm bringing it out. I have many assumptions and theories about this to come today.
And they're talking about how he has a girlfriend, and then down here somebody says, yeah, her name is Celeste. Now Celeste, according to her missing persons flyer, would go missing just a month later, April 2024. And actually, I take that back. A week later, April 5th, 2024. This right here seems like an Instagram story, and they screenshotted like a video call, like FaceTime or something like that between.
But you see that what you just said about a smokescreen is absolutely correct. I do have a video of the two Celeste going back and forth, but what I'm talking about today is the focus on his social media, Discord, TikTok, everything that's out there. That evidence is being collected now, but things are also being erased. Now look at that picture right there at 3:51 a.m. He's trying to disguise this little girl with glasses and a hoodie. He does that over and over several times. All right, guess I need to watch all of last night's stream. Oh, Kel, you missed a lot, my friend. What's up, Military Mod? Good to see you. All right. And Indy Isham, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you for supporting the channel.
Them and Celeste and David, and they captioned it with Celeste and David don't let me sleep. And you can see they look very comfortable with each other. You can see she's got her hand over here under his chin. This receipt is damning, and I just can't believe that this was like there was chatter about this.
That looked like the second Celeste Stoner Detectives. That's why I'm going back and forth, because that actually looked like the other one. But I have several videos and pictures where it is Celeste, the young one that was found unalive.
And it just wasn't a bigger story than it was. So it looks like David tags everyone, and he's like, at everyone, I'm in a song crisis right now. And this user responds back and says, drop the one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And y'all can see that screenshot is from August 2024. That would have been just a few months after she went missing. This is another conversation from the Discord community that they were in. He seems to ask Celeste in here, and Celeste responds, hi.
So do you see how, again, this is a good episode to also talk about what we talked about last week when we talked about Roblox and Discord and people getting people off of Roblox to get onto Discord to do this exact thing that we're talking about right now. All right. Just keep going. We just started, guys. I'll get to questions in a bit.
David Burke. Mind you, this was October 2022. She was freshly 12 years old. This seems to be a Discord video call, and you can see down here is David and Cel. Now, the following screenshots I'm going to show you come from Reddit, but they were conversations that were being had back when her body was discovered and had not yet been identified.
All right, so that's what we're getting into. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. Absolutely, this girl was groomed, in my opinion. I believe that once the family stopped getting paid, or he refused, or maybe he was upset, maybe he had another girlfriend, whatever happened, we're still waiting for evidence to come out. So those are all suppositions right now. When I say that he was paying them, I don't have a bank transaction to show you. So we're just saying that lightly. Take it with a grain of salt. All of it. I mean, all of it. Take all of it with a grain of salt right now. Thank you, Patty Ward. Veil is absolutely thinning. Let's look at his social media posts and how he tries to disguise them, etc. I mean, I hear a lot about David, and this guy is a weirdo. A close friend of my little sister from IE ran away last year, and this is who she was with. We think her sister was pimping her out. She was in 7th grade at the time. LAPD swept his place in the hills. I'm terrified that's who's in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months, and I won't release names as she is still a minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore. Now, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is what ties Celeste Rivas to David. All right. She was reporting missing from Lake Elsinore, California on April 5th, 2024 at age 13. That was a year ago, over a year ago. She had a history of running away and was briefly returned by police after being found in Hollywood Hills in 2024. All right. According to Celeste's mother, her daughter had been romantically involved with a man named David. A detail raised when photos of David surfaced with a girl resembling Celeste near Lake Elsinore. So again, two Celestes for what? Now, both Celeste and David also share a tattoo on their right index finger, which helped to identify her by law enforcement. Once they confirmed her identity and realized that the car belonged to David and they saw her tattoo, they realized what they were looking at. Right now, that fueled speculation about the relationship, along with social media material, including Discord dating back to 2022, photos of them together, leaked demos, including Celeste D. Monfin, that's what it's called, the title, with lyrics about a girl named Celeste. Now, that circulated online, and now it's all blowing up. All right. People are theorizing about matching tattoos. A leaked December 2023 demo where David has a song about a girl named Celeste, also music video and lyrics called Romantic Homicide, Hello Kitty shirt, and Rehab, featuring violent and dismemberment imagery, guys. She was dismembered. Only pieces of her body were found. All right. He's singing and rapping about dismemberment and blood and Celeste and gruesome, awful things. And that's what happened to Celeste. Come on, people. Nina Drew, thank you so much for helping support Guilty of Crime with the $2 super sticker. Patty, I said thank you. Desiree, thank you. Rose, thank you for the gifted membership. And again, Nina, thank you guys for helping support the channel. All right. He said he likes gore, but also it seems like he's committing those acts as well. And guys, I got to tell you, I've been watching the YN Melly trial. I know it's on a hold, but this same thing has happened with YN Melly. He raps, sings, and writes lyrics about the crimes that he has committed, allegedly. All right. So listen, unverified online chat logs. That's what we're talking about right now. Contacting beginning as early as 2022 when Celeste was 11 years old. Now, guys, listen, rumors of pregnancy also circulate this community about Celeste's. Rumor of pregnancy about multiple Celeste and David fleeing have trended online, but there's no confirmation to say that David has fled or gone anywhere. All right, so let's keep looking at this. People are talking about David as a weirdo and saying before Celeste was identified, these are their conversations online.
This post right here was from the r/hip hop heads subreddit, and allegedly it was posted on September 8th, the day the body was discovered in the trunk. And it says, "This guy's a weirdo. A close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year, and this is who she was with. We think her sister was pimping her out. She was in 7th grade at the time. LAPD sweeps his place in the hills. I'm terrified. That's who is in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names as she's still a minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore." And if you don't know what IE is, it stands for Inland Empire, which is just a chunk of land east of LA and the cities that are there, including Lake Elsinore. Now, of course, we have this person down here that's like, I doubt this is true. I've only heard.
Right. So that's the controversy right now, guys. People are saying that they don't think he could have possibly done this. And just because it was in his car, he's a superstar. There's no way he'd have done that. But Barbie G, his words are convicting him. His lyrics are bringing attention to him. And I think those very words, lyrics, and videos are what's going to get him prosecuted. It's going to be a big portion of it that the jury's going to see. All right. And his music's evil. Very disturbing. It's very disturbing when you find a dismembered young girl in his vehicle after you see and hear his videos and you see him possibly cleaning blood from some Hello Kitty shoes. Come on, guys.
Good things about David. And I do like this person's Twitter response where he said, "It's always a Redditor cosplaying the arbiter of truth, actively deterring someone from a completely reasonable opinion." Very true. This other Reddit comment says, "This guy is a PDF file from what I've heard. My sister, who is now in 9th grade."
He's not arrested, number one, because, and I was going to call it today, why is he not arrested? I was going to call the show that, literally, why is he not arrested? And the reason he's not arrested is everything I'm talking about right now. This was only days ago that this happened, and there's just not enough evidence. Just because you say those lyrics, it doesn't mean he did that. So now let's dig in and find the DNA evidence. Let's get the medical examiner. Let's get the toxicology. Let's find more body parts. His house was already swept, and we don't know what information has come out just yet. Nina Drew, thank you so much for the $9.99 super sticker. All right.
Grade told me he was dating an 8th grader. Let's call her C.
An
for
8th grader.
Celeste, and she would go on trips with him to LA. They're all in 9th grade now, and it turns out C's friends knew, and he would pay them to keep their mouths shut. C has been missing for over a month now, and no one knows her whereabouts. Definitely something strange going on. Last but not least, a lot of people do think that they have located her Instagram, which is under the username Celeste Herrera. Now, her full name is actually Celeste Hernandez, but considering she also says on here that she's 23, so she's lying about her age by almost 10 years, I don't find it that hard to believe that she would lie about her last name or change it to some extent. Maybe she felt like she didn't want to be contacted by family or located or whatever. But people do think that this is her Instagram, and they, you can obviously see that he was following her. My heart truly breaks for this girl and her family, and it's just shocking that we don't have more information about how she went missing. All
right, well, we're going to dig into that. I just wanted to show you some of the Discord and TikTok and social media speculation that's happening right now. There's not enough evidence right now to convict him. And I'll tell you right now, I would not want to get convicted because I wrote a song that was disturbing. Nina Drew says, "I'm a fan of Guilty way back." Yes, you are. You've been here for a long time, right? I'm getting into all of it right now. You guys will have all the logistics and everything. I don't care what she said. She was still a child and shouldn't have happened to her. Absolutely, she was. That's what we're talking about today, Avis. We just got started today. So let's actually just take a look at her for a second and talk about family statements. And now Celeste's family issued a statement via GoFundMe. Now I'm still confused as to why they put up a GoFundMe when rumors say that they were being funded. She was their beloved daughter, sister, cousin, and friend. Her family is heartbroken and devastated by the tragic loss. They also need funds for her funeral October 5th, 2025. Now listen, guys, that funeral's coming up in 11 days. And you know what's really odd? That this guy that loves her so much, people knew him to be with her, the family even knew him to be with her. He didn't offer one word of sympathy. He was on tour when it got canceled, and people don't want to sponsor him anymore. But you know what he didn't do? He didn't say, I'm sorry for your loss. I'll put a reward out there to find the killer of this. He didn't do any of that. Instead, he shut up and he's staying quiet, which is what you should do unless you love someone and you didn't have anything to do with it. All right. It's so the family put up a GoFundMe, guys. A candlelight vigil happened in Lake Elsinore. It drew neighbors demanding justice for Celeste. All right. They say, just like you do, this could be anybody's kid, including mine, including yours. Now, Celeste's brother told reporters that the family's deep in grief. The mother publicly said all she knew about the daughter's disappearance was that she was dating someone named David. I don't know how a mom could only know that and nothing else. She said she immediately suspected the remains when the news broke that they were Celeste's. All right. So I'm telling you, I don't understand that. I don't understand how they can act like they don't know anything and yet come out with a statement and put up a GoFundMe. Somebody tends to think they're above the law, and they usually are. They usually are above the law. What's up? Good to see you, Ashton. Come on in. All right, his tour is canceled. He shut up for loving this girl Celeste so much. Let's pretend like he didn't do a thing, guys. Let's pretend like this is all a coincidence and somebody stole his car. But guess what? He never reported his Tesla stolen. So check. That goes out the window. All right. I do wonder if he was making payments. We won't know until we get more evidence, right? These are all suppositions, guys. Not only him being quiet, but he never reported his car stolen. And now his car was found with a torso and a head in the front trunk. Yeah, they did say keeping the family quiet. He was paying money, but we don't know. All right. Fly Girl says, I believe he's guilty. I can't believe he hasn't been arrested yet. Yeah, wait until we get into the rest of this. Now, listen what LAPD robbery homicide leads the probe, treating this as a homicide investigation, but not naming anybody as a suspect. 6 days ago, the detectives educated a search warrant on his house, and they took a computer and multiple evidence bags for analysis. So we're going to watch out for that evidence. Officials also confirmed that David is cooperating fully, and they haven't named him or any individuals as a suspect in this case. No arrests have been made to date, and they're not even pointing their finger at anybody. Now, investigators still await autopsy and toxicology as well as forensic testing to determine the actual cause and time of death, but she was badly decomposed, and there were only certain body parts that were left over, my friends. All right. He was successful. He was 20 years old. And in my opinion, guys, something's not right with him. Something's really messed up with this guy. All right. So let's start off with this first. You guys, haunting call. Celeste Rivas family got chilling warning before her body was found in David's Tesla after her relationship with him from 13. All right. Family source spoke to the U.S. Sun about her disappearance last year. A family source said, let me see, that there were twisted relationships, obviously. 15-year-old found dead in the trunk of his car, was worrying relationship for him years earlier, and her family begged the police for help. That's what they're saying, guys. They're saying they begged the police for help. I don't know about that. I haven't seen anything. He's cooperating. She's missing. This is the victim here, guys, is Celeste. There's the car that they found it in, the Tesla. I believe that's it. The remains were found. A foul smell came and they took it to the tow yard. And that is Celeste Rivas family's home. They declined comment. Her decomposing corpse was found bagged and stuffed in the front of the vehicle. All right. His name is David Anthony Burke. The singer is said to be cooperating. Police searched his home, found a few things. We don't know exactly what. The case is being investigated. The cause of death is listed as deferred. Celeste was initially reported April 2024, and her family made social media posts asking for her help, although it later went quiet. Now, photographs of Celeste and Burke together have since emerged on Reddit, social media, TikTok, all that we're going to get into. And Celeste's mother, Mercedes Martinez, told the U.S. Sun that they're all devastated, of course, over the teen's death. She's begging the police for help. So maybe they didn't pay her. We don't know. Now, an insider speaking Spanish said the family was aware of Celeste's and David's relationship. So who do we believe here, guys? What do we do? All right. Now, for a period, Celeste came back home by herself and stayed with her mom, but police weren't involved. Why didn't they ask her, where were you? Are you okay? I don't know when she came back. This is a family, but then she disappeared again and went back to him. So it's kind of conflicting, right? Interesting that he hasn't made a statement, or he never reported the car missing. All right. I don't get it. They started talking when she was 11 and she passed before 15. She was a child, not a teen. I wish they would emphasize that. Well, that's what we're emphasizing today. We just got started. She was 11 when alleged social media posts and text messages between them on Discord, etc., were found, and now they're coming out, guys. So that's what she was a child. There's nothing about this case that says that she's not a child. All right, she's absolutely a child. All right. So I know someone called her mom and said, stop looking for her, she's fine. They also told the family to take the social media post about her being missing down. It's not known who the caller was or where they were connected, if they were connected in a David anyway, but the source says they themselves took down a post asking for help as they were scared that the situation was out of hand. Are you guys hearing me here? The insider was sickened to hear of the gruesome details reported by her death, and now they're desperate for justice. But back in 2024, they were threatened, and they took the posts and the missing information down because somebody called them and threatened them. All right. So I don't know what to believe here and what not to believe. All right. I have no idea. The deputies conducted a search of the area, but were unable to locate her. The female entered with missing person database as a runaway. So she's been gone for quite some time now, since 2024, and they just found her. All right. So there's her missing person report. That was what was out there before they found her body. All right. And we're going to get into all that, all the different videos and his words, etc., etc. All right. That's the missing poster. We now found her. They did. All right. We talked about different connections to them. Celeste's family described her as very happy and mature. Yeah, I don't think the family did everything they were supposed to. Celeste's mom said her daughter was dating someone called David. Does this case sound familiar to you at all? Anyway, you guys keep that thought in your mind. All right. It's so confusing to me that he would park this car in a public place with the body directly connected to him. Well, crazy plot twist coming soon. Is he going to be convicted on his own words? You guys let me know. All right. You let me know. We're going to talk about the body of her being found and being released to the family, so you guys can see all that. But let me show you some of the connections and some things that might seal the deal here, guys. Certain things that are connecting are pointing all eyes on David. Now, David was allegedly cleaning 15-year-old Celeste Rivas' shoes, who was found dead in the car. All right. Remember, she was only a torso and a head in the car. She didn't need shoes. But here's the video. I wish you could see it better. Hold on. I wish you could see this better. Let's lower this. All right, let me turn the volume off real quick. So that's not the best video there, but if you look in the back, there's a pair of shoes they put next to David, and a video surfaced of him cleaning Celeste's shoes. They claim that those shoes had blood on them from Celeste and what he did to them. So people show I clean people's shoes as a side hustle. That's what he said he did. But guys, if you believe it or not, I think he was doing this and he enjoyed the attention of what he was doing and getting away with it, in my opinion. All right. So there's a lot of things that are coming out now that claim that he was doing them out in the open and just getting away with it. All right. Let's start getting into things, because I lose my momentum when I can't see visually what's happening. All right, let's body of missing teen found in Tesla, rough timeline. All right, let's look at the timeline. How about let's do that real quick. Let's look at the rough timeline together, and then we can start looking at his lyrics and his music. I don't want you guys to feel disturbed that we're not talking about her being 11 when he met her. 11 years old when he met her, allegedly. There's 222 people in chat. Let's say a prayer that Celeste gets the justice that she deserves. All right. And whoever did it gets arrested. All right. Let's just take a look. Matt Thibodeau is going to give a quick rundown of the timeline since she was 11. Right.
Guys, so I spent a good amount of time last night going through David's social media accounts. I went through his TikTok, his main one, as well as his backup one where he would just post random stuff. I went through his reposts on there. I also looked at his IG and his X, and I believe that I compiled a pretty close timeline of his relationship and the deterioration of his relationship with Celeste. So based on what I'm seeing, Celeste joined David's Discord server in 2022 as a fan. Now,
all right, so starting off in 2022 would make her 11 years old. Though that's an important backstory to get to, so that you guys understand that we understand that this is a case of grooming. It's a case of grape. It's a chomo. You're absolutely right. He's no better than any chomo, any predator. And in my opinion, right now, as of right now, I believe that her mother should have protected her better. Now, I'm not trying to victim blame here, but from what I hear, the parents saying that she had a boyfriend named David, but they didn't know who it was. You guys tell me, if your 11-year-old has a boyfriend and you don't know who she is or he is, you're not doing your job. All right? You're not doing your job. You better find out who she's dating, even if it's on Discord.
During this time period, it appears that David is dating someone completely different. Remember, the two had broken up, it seemed, in June of 2023 because David was going to be on tour and going to be away, and she was still in high school and could not travel with him. Now, in December of 2023, it seems like his tour wrapped up for the year and he was able to go back home and have some free time. This is a time period where I think that he and Celeste started talking a little bit more, and I think that things really started to amp up between the two of them in January of 2024 toward the end, especially. On January 20th, David posted TikTok about giving someone his AirTag so that they always have his location. On the 22nd, he posts another TikTok about being in love. On January 24th, 2024, David makes another video about a girl that he loves. On the 25th, this is when we start seeing the introduction of Hello Kitty merch on his page, which is a character that we found out Celeste likes.
Again, this is just a complete and utter form of grooming. All right, this is what it is. We didn't know about grooming back when Aaliyah was married to R. Kelly, and we found out later that at 14 she was married and being passed around. By the way, all under the guise of her being an R&B singer, and them that she was groomed. She was groomed just like Maddie Soto was groomed, and I'm never gonna not say that she was groomed by Jen Soto and Stefan Stearns. I cannot wait to tell you guys everything soon. All right, tomorrow we'll talk about that, but this is the absolute same thing as what happened to Maddie. No better. All right, no better.
On the 27th, he posts a video saying that he loves being sent paragraphs by the girl that he likes. And then on February 2nd, 2024, he says that he has a Valentine. There's more posts that he makes between February 7th and February 13th, 2024 that imply that he is in a happy relationship. And then on February 14th, 2024, Celeste is reported missing for the first time. How convenient that he says he has a Valentine that year and Celeste just goes missing on Valentine's Day. Now,
Right.
David is posting on social media a little bit after this. However, it seems like he's mostly posting like promotional videos that were pre-recorded for his upcoming music.
Now, listen, people get complete and utter satisfaction when they do a crime and people see it, or we can call it hiding in plain sight, right? He's hiding in plain sight and doing this, and these predators get a thrill out of getting away with something in the public. I'll tell you right now, it's a thing, guys. It really is. And we need to learn about it, teach our children about it, teach ourselves about it. Somebody in chat earlier said that we did the Roblox episode and they talked to their child and their child told them that that was happening. I'm telling you guys, this is happening, right? That's one form of it. It's called Duper's Delight. It could be leakage. Yeah, Duper's Delight that's what that's called. You're absolutely right. All right.
Celeste was considered a missing person around this time, and David was not working around this time. He had a lot of free time, and I think that he was 100% with Celeste. And I think that it's further proven with this comment right here that was made on one of his videos on February 26, 2024, that implies that he was dating an underage girl. Now, sometime between February and April, Celeste does end up returning back home. And if Celeste was with David when she first was reported missing, she probably would have had to have gone back home because around this time period, things were picking back up for David. He was actually with family. He was on the Jimmy Kimmel show and he was doing a few performances. And based on what I'm seeing, David rents Airbnbs when he's staying in California. So if his stay at this specific Airbnb at the time was up, Celeste would not have had a place to stay while he was away doing what he was doing. And obviously she could not have gone with him because she was underage. Yep. So she would have arguably had to have gone home. Now, at the beginning of April 2024, Celeste is reported missing again. Her missing flyer says that she was last seen.
Right. Nobody's been charged yet. And yeah, we're all under the assumption that they were actually together at some point. Of course we are. That's what we're looking at right now. I mean, we're looking at the evidence. And if he was away, it doesn't matter if he was away when his car went missing or not. It's his car. That was the person that he's connected to. This is not like a loose connection. It's a solid connection. So he could have nothing to do with this. You're absolutely right. Innocent until proven guilty. What's up, Melissa? You got to email me if you want me to put that info out, by the way. All right. Again, this is all under assumptions. But after I show you everything I have to show you today, you tell me if he was connected to her. I'm showing you. Against all logic. I love when you come here. All right, I'm showing you my assumption, though. This is my assumption. Am I assuming that that's her right there? What do you guys think? Or do you guys see her? Can you guys see her down there? That is a picture of her. That is, in fact, Celeste in the bottom right corner with David. All right, it is.
around 9 p.m. on April 5th, 2024, wearing Hello Kitty sandals. Now, have you guys heard this specific part of the story? Take a listen.
Her brother told NBC News that he was aware that his sister knew the singer David. Matthew Rivas said when she went missing, she was on her way to see a movie with him, but never returned.
This is where I'm a little thrown off by Celeste's family because they claim that they didn't know who David was, but they allowed Celeste, who would have been 12 to 13 years old, to get inside his vehicle and go to the movies with him.
See?
And we also know that Celeste's brother said that he knew that Celeste was with someone who was an adult, and he tried to say something, but authorities did not ever do anything about it. Why wasn't her mom doing something about it if she knew that Celeste had gotten into a vehicle with an adult?
I'm telling you guys, the statements the family have made make it so apparent. And I'm telling you, once this case gets kicked off, and maybe it was one of his entourage, maybe it was his bodyguard, some connection is connected. When you have a picture like that there, and you have a clear connection, you have the Discord, and you have his computer, and you have the IP address. All right, let's bring it to court.
And just disappeared. Why was more not being done to bring her back home? I don't know. In my personal opinion, I think that the family of Celeste may not have known David's real age at the beginning, but I think that they did obviously find out. And I don't think that they truly cared in the moment. And I think that now they're just saying that they do to save face, but that's just my opinion. Now, on April 29th, 2024, I already shared these.
And I'm sorry, sometimes I'm not hard enough on the parents. I've done cases like London Thomas, where I believe she was 17. She was an up-and-coming music artist. She's a little too young to be out doing what she was doing. I agree. But London Thomas's family is much different than this case. All right? Much different. In the same Tesla. Yeah, definitely some people in the entourage.
Messages right here where Celeste tells one of her friends that her and David had gotten into it a little bit because he found out that she was with another guy, and he was really upset and crying. They end up working things out, and then he goes back to making posts insinuating that he's in love. But I don't think that it was ever the same after that. I don't think that he ever fully trusted her after this incident, because on June 16th, 2024, he releases a clip of a song that has lyrics that go, "I love you like I'm supposed to, but you never say it back. Now I hate you." So he's referencing in the songs that he's writing that he's starting to despise and resent the person that he's dating because he feels like she's constantly hurting.
And after this, guys, I'm going to show you everything that ties them together, including his lyrics. I just wanted to give you the backstory so that you understand what's happening, and so then we can move forward, okay? So absolutely they need to protect their children, guys. I mean, and I'm still, as much as I want to drop and take a break from the Madeline Soto case, because it's hard to carry that. It's hard to walk around the internet and have people saying that I'm friends with the pedo or whatever nonsense, right? But I want to know what happened to Maddie, and I don't want Jen Soto not being culpable for what I believe she did. All right? A grown man jealous of a child. Exactly. Not just jealous. He says he will chop her up. I'm telling you. It was threats, guys.
Him, but he is constantly going back. This is what he's saying. Now, on July 3rd, he's in love again. He releases a clip called There Goes My Baby, where he references the height difference between him and his girlfriend. He basically says that his lover is taller than him, but she falls short, indicating that even though the girl he's dating is taller than him, she is not putting in as much effort as she should or as much as he would like. And Celeste actually acknowledges their height difference in their Discord from last year, where she asks him, how does it feel to know that a 14-year-old is taller than you? Now, between July and I want to say like November, David is referencing the fact that he misses his girlfriend because he is on tour. And he also references the fact that he's getting paranoid that she hasn't texted him back in 3 hours.
And see, this is more than assumptions right now. They have the messages. People are now coming forward after her body was found saying, wait a minute, we didn't realize that this risk was so risky, so to speak. Tell me he doesn't have a star tattoo. No, he doesn't have it's not a tattoo. It's just a little like sticker. All right, we're going to get into that. I just want you to know where the parents stand, what the brother said, what the mom's saying, and what they're doing.
Hours. This is also a period of time where his reposts on TikTok seem to indicate that his partner is either not being loyal to him, or he is finding out or suspicious that his partner is not being loyal to him. And I think that this has almost everything to do with the fact that he has been on tour, flying around to different states, flying outside of the country where Celeste cannot go. She cannot fly as a missing person. And I think that that actually ruined their entire dynamic. Upon him returning home at the end of November of 2024, there are no posts about him being in a relationship, about him being in love. He's not really making any posts to social media around this.
So what's weird, guys, and they're probably going to find out, it's more than weird. She was missing since 2024, then found body parts in the car that were heavily decomposed, but they couldn't have been there for a year. All right. But where was she? Where was she hiding out? Where did he have her? No one had heard anything. Next, we're going to get into start getting into the lyrics and the teacher. Even her teacher says to a news station that the teacher knew or was told that she was dating some kind of superstar. All right. And yeah, they did. A lot of people have tattooed, but there's a lot of weird coincidences. Wonder if he was obsessed with her, then went into a rage. Well, that's what a lot of the music is pointing to. Something was gone on in the home since she ran away multiple times. Yeah, when people run away, there's a reason many times. But maybe it was all him grooming her and her seeing the money and the fame and him love bombing her. Who knows?
Time period, it seems like after tour, he went to California for a brief amount of time and then went down to Texas to be with family.
Right.
And then on February 10th, 2025, he makes a video on TikTok saying that he does not have a Valentine this year. So now I'm actually wondering, when was Celeste's last proof of life? If Celeste and David were not together this year, where was she and who has she been with? Is it possible that David was still taking care of her on the low because he did not want her to say anything? Or is there someone else that could be involved in all of this? This is just my first draft.
Right. And there kind of has to be something else going on, guys, because where has she been for the last year? Like, literally, where has she been? How has she been gone for a year? And then she comes up a year later with just certain body part. Oh, this is not. Wait, David found second Celeste to cover up. I guess I could. No, let's do the what I know, and then we'll get into that. There's two Celestes, guys. This you cannot unsee. But I want to show you the hold on, I'm going to show you something. Let's go a little bit more into the case first before I get into that. All right. What we need to know about this investigation. All right, let's get into it.
Body of a 14-year-old girl found in a car abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. A popular New York-born singer tied to the vehicle, but not named a suspect in the girl's death. All while fans and internet sleuths dig up mysterious links between the singer and the young victim. Here's everything you need to know about the musician David and Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the young teen found dismembered in his abandoned Tesla. On September 8th, workers at a Los Angeles tow yard noticed a putrid smell coming from a Tesla that had been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. When police arrived to investigate, they made a grim discovery. Inside the Tesla's front trunk was a dismembered body wrapped in plastic. The Tesla in question was registered to David Anthony Burke, a 20-year-old New York-born artist known professionally as David, stylized as D4vds. At the time the body was found in the Tesla, Burke had been on a worldwide tour and performed in Minneapolis that same night. Burke shot to fame in 2022, currently boasting more than 37 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
And now you guys can see like who he is and why these people were so heavily following him, letting him do what he wanted. I mean, he was 20, so it's not like he was like 40s, but it's still bad enough that when she was 11, he would be what how many years older is he? He was still too old to be doing that with a 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14, and then 20, just going on tour, not saying a thing. It makes no sense why he wouldn't be the one who did this. Right, but maybe there are more people involved.
After two of his singles, Romantic Homicide and Here With Me, went viral on TikTok, he latched onto the momentum and released his debut album in April. After police discovered the body in the singer's car, it was reported that he was cooperating with authorities while continuing his tour. The tragedy led to Burke seeing a streaming boost on Spotify. As of September 21st, David's single, Romantic Homicide, jumped to number 8 on the music platform's daily top songs in the US.
And guys, Romantic Homicide is one of the songs that the lyrics will tell you everything you need to know, possibly. Again, if you know anything about the YN Melly case, same thing. He wrote about the stuff he wanted to do and the crimes he committed.
But there were already signs the incident
allegedly
impacted the up-and-coming singer negatively, as he was scrubbed from a campaign by the brands Crocs and Hollister mere days after they both announced him as their face of their Dream Drop collaboration. Things took a further turn when the body was eventually identified. A little more than a week after the body was found inside David's abandoned Tesla, California authorities identified the deceased as 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Riverside Sheriff's Office confirmed that Rivas had been reported missing from Lake Elsinore in 2024, when she was only 13 years old. Rivas' body was found on September 8th, the day after what would have been her 15th birthday, but she had already been dead for some time. Once Rivas was named as the victim, police jumped into high gear, labeling the case as a homicide investigation. Cops raided a Los Angeles house where the singer had reportedly been living and seized several items of evidence. The raid on Burke's pad comes as connections between the pop star and the dead teen keep piling up online by internet sleuths. Screenshots of old messages by David's Discord fan server.
And see, that's what I'm telling you right now. All of those things without having any other information, without seeing the search warrant, without seeing the cell phone pings, without seeing any of that. This is information that we're getting. Now, Carrie, she definitely did not only weigh 70 pounds, but they only found part of her. So that part of her, I'm assuming, was what they're referring to weighing 70 pounds. They did not find her whole body. Is this another Sade Robinson type of case? But what we do know is this guy had a lot of twisted, dark thoughts that he wrote about and performed on stage.
Show he was rumored to be dating a teen named Celeste years before Rivas was found dead. In one disturbing message in the fan chat room apparently dug up by the online detectives, a user allegedly responded to a post from Burke in 2024, telling him to release the song about Celeste Rivas Hernandez, which would have been posted 4 months after she was reported missing. In 2023, Burke allegedly made an unreleased track in which he mentions the name Celeste.
Online is what we're talking about here. He met Celeste online and they were communicating in a Discord chat. All right. Well, the decomposed body parts weighed 70 pounds.
Twice, which was leaked on X following Rivas's identification. In the song, Burke allegedly sings, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest, smell her on my clothes like cigarettes."
But you see his own words here, guys. Afraid you'll only love me when undressed. You look so gorgeous in that dress. Missing
Rivas's
you so
mother
much.
told TMZ that the young teen had been dating someone named David before she went missing. The teen also mysteriously had a tattoo on her right index finger that read, "Shh." Several celebrities also have the same tattoo, including Rihanna and Lindsay Lohan, neither of whom is connected to Rivas, but perhaps more mysteriously, so does Burke. Internet sleuths have also been hard at work digging up unverified videos and photos of Burke with a young woman bearing a strong resemblance to Rivas, many times with her face partially covered.
See?
Confirmed photos of Rivas were circulating on missing posters in 2024. In one
And see, there allegedly is her, but many people say that is the other Celeste. All right. I can't even stand listening to his music, but he sounds like shit. But if you read the lyrics, then you'll see that he liked dark. He was attracted to and wrote songs and performed about really dark things. And then the dark thing that popped up was her dismembered body in his trunk.
Alleged live stream video that is particularly disturbing, a girl resembling Rivas was seen answering fan questions with Burke and mentioned child rape.
I media trained you.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Video also popped up of Rivas's former teacher telling students about how he had taught the teen.
I have that video I want to show you too.
He later told TMZ that he was trying to warn the kids about the dangers of social media.
When I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month.
X users also dug up another alleged video from June 2024, reportedly showing a girl resembling Rivas going backstage after Burke's show. The girl in pink pants can be seen wearing Hello Kitty Crocs. Missing persons posters from April 2024 say Rivas was last seen wearing gray pants, a black sweater, a hat, and Hello Kitty sandals. A separate unconfirmed photo dug up by sleuths also allegedly shows Burke with someone wearing similar Hello Kitty Crocs. Rivas's family has now launched a GoFundMe page soliciting donations from the public to help cover burial costs. Residents of the teen's hometown, Lake Elsinore, also held a vigil.
They had a vigil recently, and October 5th is when they're going to have her funeral. All right.
On Sunday to honor the teen. Burke was also set to go tour Europe in early October, but several of those dates, including his first show in Norway, have been cancelled on Ticketmaster. The singer's record label is also refusing to promote the release of the deluxe version of his album as police continue their investigation. A representative for Burke said he has been fully cooperating with the authorities. The singer has not been implicated by police in Celeste's death and has not been named a suspect. Authorities told the Los Angeles Times that the newly surfaced photos allegedly showing Burke and Rivas together are being investigated. But cops have not publicly detailed any prior relationship between Rivas and the artist.
All right. Stop sharing that. Let's go. We got some stuff to cover today, guys. All right, let's look over his viral TikTok post going viral, and you can see more lyrics, and you'll start to actually see videos and things where, I mean, look at that picture back there, guys. Look at that. Let me make it a little bit bigger right there. You can see that looks like her. That part of it, I normally would say, nah, that doesn't look like her. Maybe it's the other Celeste. That one actually really looks like her. This is after her body was found. Jeffrey Dahmer type stuff, guys. Hold on. You don't even need this sound here. You can just see the stuff going on. Hold on. I don't like that sound. Let's just take a look at this together. So you're seeing the Hello Kitty TikTok post going viral after her body was found. Resurfaced. I mean, what about this? Does it? Everything about him just screams something's wrong. All right, fans playing cryptic captions like "I miss her," eerily hint a darker connection. We don't need to. All right, we don't need to hear that music. Violent memes. I don't know if you guys have seen some of this. It's everywhere. Agreed. Yep. Second Celeste as a cover-up. Cannibals in the late 80s. Look at what he's talking about. He's saying, imagine we were cannibals. They're talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, disturbing, something, calling it Jeffrey Dahmer type stuff. And then they find her body in a Jeffrey Dahmer-like state that you would find. And then who's this girl in the background, right? I see her, right? I see Celeste Rivas. Now, David once snapped back in 2023, and when they asked who the girl was Celeste. Wow, he said that? Hold on. Celeste, just 13 at the time. So he's giving her name, guys. He's giving her name. That should be her. That should be her, according to these. It does look like her. Lock this man up. Now, these are all surfacing now that her body has been found. You see how they hide her face? But where were her parents at the time? Well, I don't understand. That's what I'm confused. Investigators have not confirmed any direct link, but the buzz is growing louder by the hour. All right. Music. Ooh, I can't stand the music. Neither David or his team issued a statement. That was another thing. Neither David or his team have issued a statement. If he loved her so much, why hasn't he said anything? For me, it's Hannibal Lecter stuff because the artistic, sophisticated, creepy. Yeah, that's what I haven't even really got into yet. He's very creepy. Okay, hold on. He looks older than 20 too. I don't know why that bothers me that he looks so much older than 20. But I didn't notice also how dark he was until I started seeing the breakdown of what he was doing. Hey, Nab, what's up? Good to see you. You're next in line on Turtle Island, buddy. All right, I don't want to look at him anymore. I just wanted you to see some of the things that are happening and the speculation. And this here, they say it could be the smoking gun. The teacher talks about teacher may be the smoking gun in this case.
New details following a grisly discovery in Hollywood. A 15-year-old girl found dead inside a singer's Tesla. Now Fox 11's Gina Silva is digging into their mysterious connection. Gina Silva.
That's her in my classroom in front of.
All right, so the teacher is literally talking about this young girl having a boyfriend, all right, which is David. And before I get to that, let me take a look. Woman's Warrior says, Alleged there's evidence having contact from age 11 and the parents getting criticism as she would go missing. Absolutely. We talked about all that in the very beginning, Woman's Warrior. You're absolutely right. All right. Absolutely. Conspiracies. I agree with you. He looks older than 20. I was looking at him and it appears he's in his mid to late 20s. He absolutely does. And then you start watching what he does and how he moves and the actual lyrics, and they're creepy as F.
In front of
a teacher is captured on cell phone video telling his students that Celeste Rivas, the 15-year-old girl found dead inside singer David Anthony Burke's Tesla, had been his student and that he knew she had run away a couple of times.
So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA.
TMZ was the first to report on the teacher's comments.
There's certainly photo and video evidence that she was most likely with David. They were hanging out together. It's unclear if this was a romantic.
Now this is TMZ. TMZ and Ashley Banfield have been one of the biggest outlets that have been getting the interviews, gathering the information, and talking to anybody that they can about this case. All right. So this is the teacher and then TMZ reporting. I can show you the connections after this. Probably go with the two Celeste so you guys can see that he may be baiting and switching characters.
Relationship.
Rivas' teacher put out a video, and it may be the smoking gun in the case.
Nima Rahmani, president of West Coast Trial Lawyers, says the teacher's claims are damaging because Celeste was only 13 when she first went missing in April 2024. If investigators confirmed she ran away with David at that time, he would have been 18.
The mere fact that an 18-year-old is in the presence of a 13-year-old who had run away is not unlawful. But if there's any sexual activity, if there...
And it's not unlawful. And some parents, depending on where and what, some parents I've seen let their young daughters have a live-in boyfriend. It irks me. It icks me when they're older, but it happens sometimes. But under these circumstances and the way she was groomed, you can see the messages online. Imagine what else is going to come out. This guy definitely did something to this poor child. I agree.
There is any force or coercion, that could be kidnapping, that could be rape, that could be trafficking. That's the exposure that David has, setting aside the fact that she's now been found dead.
One day after the medical examiner identified the remains in the Tesla as those of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, LAPD investigators served a search warrant at David's home in the Hollywood Hills on Wednesday night.
So this is the evidence that's going to come out, guys. This is the real evidence that's going to come out once we get the list of what they've gathered from the house. Maybe they find her clothes. They could match the DNA. Maybe they find a weapon. Maybe they find his clothes with something. A lot of times people like this memorialize what they did, and they keep little trinkets and trophies like those Crocs that he was allegedly cleaning the blood off of, guys. All right. And yes, she was very exposed for an 11-year-old. A lot is not right. And that's what they're doing right here. This story is still evolving right now. They just searched his home a day or two ago, and they took evidence out of the house, but we don't know what it is yet.
Using electronics and computers.
Again, listen to the words and look at the words. And I don't like his music either, but in his videos, he dresses up bloody. He talks about, listen to what he's talking about. And that's why I ask you, will David be convicted by his own words?
Ironically, David first broke into the music scene in 2022. Romantic Homicide went viral on TikTok. Social media users are now pointing to his music videos, noting that they feature a woman resembling Celeste. There's also one scene showing a body being placed in a trunk.
In terms of incriminating evidence,
is that a coincidence? We don't believe in coincidences in true crime now, do we? Let me go back a little. A body in the trunk as he has blood all over his shirt, and there's people putting her in the trunk for him. Is this leakage? Is this duper's delight? Or is this a coincidence?
There's also one scene showing a body being placed in a trunk.
in terms of incriminating evidence, At this point, it is not clear he did anything wrong. It is his car. This victim, this decedent, and he obviously knew each other. They had matching tattoos, but I have not seen anything reported in the media that he was responsible or is responsible for her tragic death.
Former prosecutor, now criminal defense attorney Dimitri Gorin says while the court of public opinion may already believe David was involved in Celeste's death, proving it in court will be far more difficult.
A plausible reason of what happened possibly is that she had access to his car. He travels the world, and somebody, one of her friends, somebody else.
So you see, they're already starting to set up a defense. All right. Anyone else would be arrested already. And Barbie G, that's why I'm covering this case, is because when I heard that this 11-year-old paired up with this, I didn't even know a David, never heard of him in my freaking life. They do have DNA truth teller, and they need to start matching the DNA with everything that happens in the process. Bill says all of the death songs and video before she went silent, I bet he has a secret past. And absolutely, I think there are more. Wait, where is it said cleaning blood off shoes? Oh, there's a whole video that went viral about him cleaning, and it shows him cleaning blood off shoes, of Hello Kitty shoes that she was last seen wearing. All right, it doesn't say that, it shows it. Just Google cleaning blood off shoes, or look at TikTok, David cleans blood off shoes, and it'll come right up. All right. This is defense attorney trying to prove that his guilt will be difficult to prove. He's trying to say that.
Harmed her and put her in the car.
David was supposed to perform at the Greek tomorrow night. That has been canceled. In fact, his world tour has been canceled.
Now, he was on stage when the body was found in that car, and he would have kept going as far as being on the tour, but they stopped it. All right. Thank God they canceled it. He still has yet to say a word about anything that went on, guys. All right. Again, will his own words convict him and his actions on social media? So here he's hiding in plain sight, guys. He could say, okay, Mr. Defense Attorney, I was on a tour. What are you talking about? I talked to this little girl on Discord years ago. What are you saying? Celeste. Yeah, I wrote a song about Celeste, but I'm talking about the other Celeste that I was dating. Yeah, it gets worse every day. Now listen, here he is, second Celeste to cover up original disappearance. All right, there's two Celestes.
There were two Celeste. There were two Celeste. Let me say this to you again, because I don't think you had. There were two Celeste, both picked by David. And I think, and this is my thing, both picked to dirty the narrative. Are you guys ready for this? Sit down. We also have an exclusive from the bodyguard, or the people that are calling him David's bodyguard. He is saying unequivocally, he does not know that man. It was just a joke, and people are going crazy with it. But let me tell you something. I think that this is all David playing online. David has not said two words to her family. He has not offered condolences.
Nothing, guys, but he's all over. He tracks everywhere on Discord, TikTok, social media. The biggest telltales right now are his videos, are his lyrics, and are his pictures shown with a little girl that looks to be that Celeste, that the 11-year-old Celeste that he groomed. All right. And it's so early in the investigation that they don't have DNA. They don't have the smoking gun.
He hasn't even said a word to act shocked that while he was on tour, a car was found with a body in it. To act shocked at the fact that his, at the time, 13-year-old girlfriend had gone missing. He wasn't saying anything, but he was chronically online, and he knows how to use the internet for his favor. Now just hear me out, all right? Hear me out.
And I didn't even realize that, guys. I did not realize that there was a second Celeste. I was looking at pictures and I said, wait a minute, is that her? And I look close. I'm like, that doesn't look like her. People are being crazy. They're coming up with outlandish nonsense. No, there's two Celeste, guys. Rosie, you can have your opinion. We will see. Somebody groomed that little girl. Somebody made that little girl go missing, and somebody dismembered her body and put her in the frunk of a Tesla and let her body decompose heavily without all of it.
First, and then let me know what you think. First of all, let's get into the two Celeste. I'm going to play you a clip really quick, and then I'm going to meet you after the jump because we have to discuss it. Okay, you guys, there are two Celeste. Celeste isn't just one person. Nope. The first Celeste is the 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was the one that was found in David's trunk, that was reported at 13 years old to be missing from her family. It's saying friends have confirmed, and it's been confirmed by receipts.
So that's the second Celeste right there, which I thought was weird because when I first started this, I'm like, how the frick do they have two Celeste, and how are they not arresting him yet? Lynn from Vermont says Dave could have any one of his employees do it, so his hands would be clean. Absolutely, but guess what, Lynn? I think that he didn't want his hands clean. He wanted to dismember her. He talks so heavily about how he would hurt her, how he would kill her, how he would chop her up if she ever cheated on him. Okay, so when I ask you, will David's own words convict him? In my opinion, I believe so. That is not that. I believe that was the Celeste in the hoodie, but that is the second Celeste that is of age right here. This is not the 15-year-old or 11-year-old or 12-year-old. This is the older one. You'll see her popping up here and there.
It's that allegedly David met her when she was 10 years old in a Fortnite group. Okay, friend.
All right, you guys ask how they met. Allegedly, they met in a Fortnite group when she was 10 or 11. All right, which makes sense. All right, clearly the younger one was at the event out of state trafficking. Thank you. All right.
So that's what happened. Friends have confirmed, even though all this needs to be confirmed by the police. All right. Now, David. This is his Tesla. Teslas need a special key to unlock the front trunk. You just can't get in there. So he would either have to know he did it, or he would have to know who he gave the key passcode to. Okay. Now, police had learned that Celeste Rivas had a boyfriend named David. This was confirmed by her brother, by her friends, by her schoolmates, and also by a lot of people in David's Discord trainer. Again, I will say,
now listen, guys, this is almost as clear as a case as if you have me talking online to you all the time, and I start talking to you about some weird dark crap over and over, and you see me behind the scenes and you see me in my community posts, and I'm constantly talking about, let me just make up a name, Amanda. All right. And I'm constantly talking about ripping Amanda apart if she does me dirty, or I'm so in love, I'm obsessed. And then all of a sudden, in 6 months from now, the police come and they go in the back of my car and they find Amanda's body. I'm just a regular ass person. I don't have bodyguards and money to go on tour and try to hide from it after I realize, oops, I chopped her up and my anger got the best of me. Let me have somebody, or let me put her body in the trunk and abandon it while I'm on tour. Calculating. Absolutely. Hey Anna, how's it going? All right. So many red flags. Yeah, I mean, he's no different than you or me, except he's a star that has money and he can afford a defense attorney. But this is clear as mud.
How the hell is this man not arrested? I've never seen this much information outside of a detective movie. I've never seen this much evidence against one person outside of.
And that's why we're all scratching our heads. What the freak? And I still have one more thing to show you after this disturbing video that comes up, and he talks about the lyrics that he writes and what he's saying. All right. So many red flags. Thank you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share with your friends. It's free to do. Also, get yourself a membership, gift a membership, super chat, super sticker, all that. All right. I appreciate it. Again, Very telling. Social media, all for the taking. You guys can do this yourselves and go search and see what I'm saying.
A detective movie. Okay, that's who was found. She also had a tattoo on her finger. So did David.
That's
now, here's
not
the
her.
thing. There's a second Celeste, and this woman is 23 years old and started popping up later after the first Celeste went officially missing, which was about 2 years ago. Her name is Celeste Herrera, right? And she frequently interacted with David on social media. Now, here's the thing, and this is where it gets so twisted and weird. They not only share similar names, but if you see from these videos, they share similar features.
And they share really similar features, but I can tell this one, the eyes and like the hair, you can see the difference in many of the videos if you look close. However, he wrote a song about Celeste that surfaced as well. And so if you take out the original Celeste and she's missing and you bring this one in, oh yeah, I was writing about my girlfriend Celeste, or this girl that has a crush on me, Celeste. I think he's sick too.
Features. They share similar features. They look like each other's doppelgangers, even down to their,
look at that,
down to their hair. They bear an uncanny resemblance. Now, just hear me out, right? And they say it's also in their appearance and temperament. So you have to ask yourself, how could this come to be? Okay. How could this come to be? Well, we have to think about it. Did he actually have an obsession with the little girl Celeste? It has been shown on Discord servers that a username that many people have said is Celeste's username, that she was pregnant, the 13-year-old, with David's child.
It's wild, right?
Many people think that she refused to have the child. Okay.
Well, again, this is just another theory. Maybe she was pregnant. We don't know. We only have a head and a torso, and they haven't came back with all the information. Now, I do have the update of her body being found. All right. And it was released to the family. So the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the one that he groomed allegedly from 11, was found mutilated inside of a bag, stuffed into the front trunk of his car that was impounded earlier this month. Now, it was released by Los Angeles County medical examiner to her family. All right. It means the medical examiner finished the autopsy and lab tests, and it may indicate a cause of death to be determined. We don't know. Her remains that were found were her head and her torso, according to LAPD, and were discovered on September 8th, again, after employees told Hollywood Tow and reported a foul odor coming from his trunk. That teen, the one we're talking about here, Celeste Rivas, was missing since 2024 when she was 13. She appeared to have been deceased inside the vehicle for an extended period of time, is what the medical examiner stated. All right. LAPD said the license plate had Texas plates, and that was a huge indicator, guys. Those Texas plates were all the way in California, and it was registered to David Anthony Burke, a 20-year-old musician out of Texas who performs under that David name, D4vds, and has millions of followers on Instagram. So we're continuing to follow the case. We don't know about the autopsy report. We haven't had any of that just yet. Right now, David hasn't spoke publicly, but the body has been released to the family, who is going to hold a funeral on October 5th. It's an ongoing investigation. LAPD says they have recovered several pieces of evidence that need to be analyzed. September 22nd, 3 days ago, there was a candlelight vigil for Celeste in Lake Elsinore. Right, this is in California. All right, let's keep going.
I'm sorry, she refused to get rid of the child, or whatever the reason may be. I don't actually want to speculate that much because nobody knows. But this is, let me just say this, right?
Yeah, probably.
One girl you're obsessed with, so much so that you've been hanging with her, being with her ever since she was 10 years old in a Fortnite Discord. Okay, we have that. Now, what else do we have? All of a sudden, she goes bye-bye. And around that time,
well, listen, pictures, Amanda K. Pictures. All the pictures that we see online, social media, Discord, all the back and forth. She also has a tattoo. Friends and family also verified that she has that tattoo. All right. And MM Carr says apparently they had a hand, but I don't think that's the case.
Not forget, she's been missing for a while. She's been missing since she was 13. This year, she would have been 15, but she's been missing since she was 13. You start featuring in music videos a woman whose name is also Celeste, that looks a lot like the little Celeste that you had around. Now, let's also couple into the fact of the bodyguard. If you guys don't know what the bodyguard is, there is a man named Marky next door. Okay, now it has been rumored that he was a bodyguard. It has been rumored that he was a bodyguard to David. However, and listen to me, that rumor has been debunked. I did a video about it, and we showed you the way it was debunked at the end of the video. But it has been debunked directly toward me. Okay, his name is Marky Next Door on X. Okay, he has officially said that he was not in any way, shape, or form affiliated, or did he know David or Celeste. He said he's a streamer. Okay, he made a joke about it. That joke went viral, and everybody took him seriously. And the joke wasn't about Celeste passing. It was about the fact that he used to work with them and guard David. He said he just did it. And he said,
absolutely, it could have been placed in the car by someone else, and perfect timing. How about I go on a world tour and my car go missing all the way from Texas to California? How about that? How about I go missing while I'm on stage on a big tour? Yeah, it was one finger with the tattoo. It's just a tattoo, which we've seen pictures of. All right. I don't like this guy's style at all. But after this, I'm just going to show you a quick David video named Celeste, fully unreleased song. And it's literally called Celeste. And it's got a picture of little young Celeste with him holding around her, talking about Celeste. I just don't know how much more they need except for DNA.
All the pics and everything else is just AI, and it's not him. I believe him because outside of some made up pictures, there's nothing to actually confirm. Even that whole FBI wanted pic that everybody was circulating, that has been debunked as a fake. Now ask yourself, okay? Somebody, and I will stand by this, somebody as cold-blooded and as cold-hearted as David.
Look at that. Might be
if
her.
He did this, and I do believe he did. Somebody is cold-blooded. You have to be calculating. You have to have.
I mean, we're all a lot older than 20, right? So we look at his songs and they're weird anyway. Like when I see him with this black nails doing weird crap and bloody stuff and saying like romanticizing homicide, I'm like, this guy is weird. But then it turns up at a female and he's been obsessing over her and she's only 70 pounds of her were recovered. I'll show you the original missing poster from 2024 where it says she weighs 120 pounds. All right. He makes me sick, actually.
Basically be on some American Psycho stuff. Yes. If you are on that, okay.
And he did absolutely talk about and reference American Psycho. If you know, you know. All right. And that is her original one, but that's not the one that was on the poll. Listen, this girl's been missing since 2024 and she weighed 120 pounds, not 70. And look at the current age when she went missing, 13. Now, Marquisha says, I don't think he did it, which is absolutely cool with me if he didn't do it. I want to see the evidence. I want to see the DNA. I want to see it all. If he didn't do it, bring it. Let's bring the evidence, detectives.
If you were that conniving to have a girl that was preggo and she was underage, maybe Celeste the baby said, I'm not doing this anymore. You can't do this to me. You think you're just going to walk away? Let's not forget that his star was rising. She was a she was a liability at that point. I'm not saying in person, I'm saying from his psychotic eyes. Think about it, you guys. His star was rising. Okay. All of a sudden, you have an underage girl that's pregnant. Not only can that ruin your career, that could send you to jail for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. He knew, right? He knew what was at stake. So maybe he outgrew his underage.
And we could talk about a lot of discussions on what, but what I'm asking is, the question is he going to convict himself with these videos? Let's keep watching. I just want to show you. We don't have to play the whole thing because I'm not into his music either, but we've learned quite a bit today, including there's a second Celeste. Here's the original Celeste that he wrote about, and it wasn't released. It's recently finally released. Look at it. It's called David. It's David. It's called Celeste. Take a look at some of the words here, guys. Let's look at it. All right. We don't have to like the music, but I want you to see the lyrics. Hold on. All right. And by the way, anybody in chat want to say no, that's not her? Let me know. I'm cool with that. If you think that's a fake picture, photoshopped, or not even the original Celeste. In my opinion, that's David, and that's the Celeste that was found in his car. Right? You know what bothers me? That he had all these fans. He still does have all these fans. All right. Take a look at this song. Ah, that's her. See, but Markeisha, I bet you everybody thought she was lucky to have a rich man. And that's probably why she kept staying around. And the family allegedly was taking money to keep her with him. Being 14, she couldn't have the baby without charges. Right. Right. I just don't like his style or music. And now that I know about this and I'm looking at this is clear. He's too old for her, and the music is just like he's obsessed with her. In my opinion. I mean, just looking at this, he's talking about, and you think she took her own life, Markeisha? Okay, possible. But here's the thing: this is a grown ass man singing lyrics about this little girl. I hear obsession, is what I hear. Anybody, any grown man singing about a little girl is gross. I love you so. I don't. Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. All right, that's the song, guys. Celeste. Again, dude is another freak. Any grown man that's singing a song and obsessed with the 11, 12, 13-year-old is disgusting in my book. All right. So now here's the creepy footage that just surfaced of him and her, allegedly, in my opinion, and him talking about what he talks about in his songs. Take a look. We need to delete this.
All VODs, and then as soon as
Watch.
the stream ends, delete the stream too.
That is allegedly the original Celeste. Let's take a look and see if that is and what he's talking about. All right. Stephen Stern's poem, String to Mind. Exactly, Woman's Warrior. Exactly. And that was only one. This guy, if you look at all of his songs have something to do, not all of them, but many of them have to do with, they say Celeste. They talk about some really dark things. And right, yeah, did she dismember herself? What?
Can we delete anything? You done for, bro?
He's
Y'all
so
are not done.
weird.
Now you gonna Epstein? Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, mixed by me. Bro, thank you, Mitochondria. Appreciate you.
I gotta sound with him if you even.
He trained you.
No, you did.
That's controversial.
See?
It's controversial of kids.
They're talking about graping kids, right?
Really good. Okay, it's been a good one. Bye
guys.
And every time I saw a picture of her face, she was hidden, or oversized glasses, or a hoodie, or something to look. You suppose she took her own life? Yeah. No, that didn't happen. There may be a few doppelgangers, right? That's what I see many times, over and over and over. Right? Yeah, Grish could solve the case. What? I don't know. That's what we're looking at right now. We're going to hear even more. It may not be.
Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
At this point, we all know what is going on. David is front and center in the investigation involving a teenage girl who was found unalived in his car recently. And right now, there has been discovered a strong connection between him and the girl.
I want to hear this. Not this lady.
Physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. When I was working on romantic homicide, it was a bit of a...
Okay, now he's talking about romantic homicide, which is one of the biggest songs that I say may convict him with his own words.
The storytelling aspect of the lyrics that came before it, in a way that it builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. When I was working on romantic homicide, it was a bit of a darker song. I had never made anything that dark with lyrics like that. I remember showing my mom the song before it came out too, and she was like, "You're people." I was like, "No, it's not real. It's just a song. It's just a song."
Hey everybody, it's David here. Today I'm gonna be talking.
His mom said, "Are you killing people?" What's up with that? I think it's her too, absolutely. And every time you see her, she's got her face covered, or big glasses, or a hoodie. And absolutely, Hollywood's covered in rugs, right? Rosie says, "Yes, I agree." Yeah, something's messed up here. A lot of things are messed up when a little girl is found dismembered by a man that has been obsessed with her for years. We're going to look twice.
About sin and God's forgiveness. And I'm going to be reading from Romans 7:14. And it goes like this.
That's why he's
we
not
know
arrested.
that the law is spiritual, but I am unspiritual, sold as a slave to sin. I do not understand what I do, because I do what I don't want to do, and I hate what I do. And if I do what I don't want to do, I agree that the law is good. As it is, I am no longer myself who does those things, but the sin living in me. For I know that the good itself does not dwell in me, and that it's the sinful nature that dwells in me. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. For I do not the good that I want to do, but the evil that I don't want to do, this I keep on doing. Now, if I do what I don't want to do, it is no longer I who did it, but the sin living in me that does it. And this is Paul talking about his struggles with sin and how he cannot overcome that overwhelming urge to continue to do wrong, although he knows right from wrong and good and bad.
I mean, I don't know. You can't convict somebody on their words, but you can tie the case up with DNA, with their vehicle, with the evidence that they collected from social media, with friends, with family, with teachers saying, I knew this, I knew about it, I heard about whatever. Kylie, good to see you. I haven't seen you in quite some time. Life imitates art is an understatement, right? And yes, I'm looking up that video right now of him talking about being a vampire. One More Dance official video. Now, his social media and videos have blown up since this case came out. Since her body was found, they say that his videos have had 3 times the amount, probably more, right? And I will show you the video of him with the bloody shirt and all of that. But listen to what he's saying, guys.
I feel like we all have a moral compass, and that moral compass will always lead us to the good option, but sometimes the bad option is easier. You take that easier route. It's a cop out. You don't have to deal with the consequences of your sin by sinning. And personally, for me, I used to struggle a lot with lying. And lying is the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest sin to commit. And the devil is a liar. And he can alter your thoughts.
Are you telling us something, sir? And Mary Beth, good to see you, my friend. Much love. I'm glad you're here today with us, all right? I knew that would happen. Everybody's trying to break down the lyrics, and man, are they something. Well, look at YMLE. Look at YMLE, man. You look at him. If you watch any of the court feeds or anybody that testifies or anything, they take his lyrics, and they sure as heck use that, all right? There's a phenomenon of killers claiming to be vampires, witches, or zombies. He's talking about a moral compass when he's chatting with a 10-year-old wanting to have sex as a grown man. David, why you were supposed to love me, Markeisha. Hey, he's still out there, Markeisha. But if you're not 18, or if you're not, you got to be under 18, which we hope you're not. All right.
The difference between God and the devil is the devil never knows what you're thinking. God always knows what you're thinking, but the devil doesn't know. He can never know what you're thinking in your head because he's not all knowing. But what he can do is manipulate your thoughts and continue to plant these seeds that, oh, if you do this, it's so much easier. You have no consequences. You will never have to deal with that part. But when you come into Christ, you have to notice that God is the truth. And no matter what the consequences is, you have to kind of separate yourself from the sin completely and kind of accept. You have to continue to accept what you're doing is wrong. And then there comes repentance. After that is turning around and not continuing to dwell in that sin. And I feel like people.
So maybe he was battling with himself and he lost that battle, right? You need to defend him somehow. It's like Stephen Stern's poem, right? But listen, we only had one Stephen Stern's poem. This guy, after poem, which is a music video.
Are so used to relapsing, no matter what the sin is. And they think that God is not going to forgive them again because of how much wrong they've done and how shameful they feel. And that's not the case at all. I feel like people need to understand that God is forever loving and he's forever waiting for you to.
So is he waiting for you to forgive your sins on what you did to that little girl? He's talking a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Let's go a little bit more forward because I still have to show you a couple things. But I mean, he's going on and on about this.
Actually see that change. And it's a comforting thing to know that there's somebody waiting for your change, even though you're saying you're going to change a million times and you don't do it.
Battling himself,
God is still standing right there with his hand out. He's not pulling his hand back.
That I agree with. Dystopic society, if he'd read the next verse and give clarification rather than his interpretation, I believe that. And you know what else I believe? So many times that happens. People use the Lord to cover up their sins or to make it okay. And Markeisha, you're all good. You don't have to think that he did that or didn't. And it could have been you, or it could have been a little sister of yours or whatever. But I respect your opinion though. Anyone know if she had his name tattooed on her chest? Good question.
Because of your sin.
I don't know.
Because your sin is not stronger than the love he has for you. And I just want to encourage anybody that's currently dealing with any addictions, any problems, any sin.
I'm telling you right now, this guy's battling with something and he is telling us all. I mean, that's what it is. This generation uses social media for everything. And it's also going to be the death of them, meaning whatever it does going to come back. All right. I wondered that too. Yeah, we don't know.
Lying, anything in your life that you're struggling with, just know that God is still waiting for you with those open arms, and he's still waiting for you to come and return to him. And I would like to pray with you guys as I'm closing out this TikTok. Lord,
see this guy, everything. Let me just hear what he's asking for here.
I pray that the person watching this TikTok right now that is dealing with any type of sin, any addiction, any struggles with anything going on in their lives, I pray that you will give them peace, and you will give them the peace of mind that you will not turn away from them or turn your face from them, and that they can always return to you in repentance, and that they can always count on you in their darkest times and darkest hours, no matter how sad they feel, how depressed they feel, how oppressed they feel by their sin, that you are always standing by them.
Something's
through
going
it
on right
all.
here,
In
guys.
Jesus' name, I pray that you all have a great night, a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to my music.
Man, this guy, I'm telling you, let's take a look at his one more dance, guys, real quick. Hold on. Will this come out? Will this be? Hold on. All right, this is what I want to show you because this is the video where he puts a body in the trunk, right? He had a lot of dark thoughts, and this is what happens. Unfortunately, he dismembered himself and jumped in the frunk. He's so cute. Why you gotta be so bad? Jay, this is such a gruesome side of the music industry, Gen Z culture, just association. Yeah, and that's why I ask you guys, is this going to convict him? His own words, his own video? I mean, him in this chat, Marquisha, but there have been a couple people that have come through and said that. So, yeah, I mean, you guys kind of get the deal here. That's it right there, man. This is a case, all right? This is a case. This just got started. This little girl, unfortunately, didn't get to live past probably 14. But is this going to make it to evidence? Are they going to have DNA to match? What's happening? Let me show you the missing poster real quick. Just because I want to show you how long she's been missing. It just gives you a good idea. Look at that missing poster. They posted it on a poll in the LA area back in 2014. That's how long she's been missing, guys. I'm opening to hearing what could be the alternative, but it's not looking good for him. Now he's Paul. In my opinion, I pray this little girl is not preggo. I cannot imagine that you'd be so traumatized to go back home that you would suffer consequences. All right, guys. Why she look a bit like me? Motive. What? Yeah, so I mean, you could see they had that up. They did not find her. And people can have their own, you know, a lot of people don't agree that it's him. There are a lot of fans of his in the generation that believe that it's only coincidental. Most likely they will have his DNA after all. She's been around him and she was found in the car. All right. So that little girl went missing, just turned up on September 8th. Let me just go back real quick. September 8th, they found her body in a Tesla. All right. They've done everything they need to do. And now we wait. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shoot for the stars for the 1999 super sticker and for supporting the channel. They're absolutely my only theory is that this guy, David, is involved, absolutely involved. I believe he got some jealousy and dark fantasies mixed together, as well as, right, he's a superstar. He could do what he wants. He's going to get away with it. He can have Duper's Delight. He can go on there, show you guys some show and tell you guys the worst of the worst. And you guys could all believe that it's not him. He's a good guy. He's a singer, but he shows you his heart. Look at him. He's such a great guy. Nah, not so much, guys. So anyway, this case has just started. You say he was there in September, Hollywood, September 1st. Wow, really? All right, that's interesting because September 1st dystopic is interesting. They found the Tesla on September 8th, but you know what? I showed you earlier that when they found the Tesla, they had found it. They marked it up for 72 hours and then another 72 hours after that. So that's a huge possibility. Dystopic just said that he was placed, that he was there in Hollywood on September 1st. Now, when you look back at the write-up that we showed earlier of the car, let me just show you this real quick. If that absolutely can line up with the dates where he was there, I didn't even realize that. Let me show you real quick. Let me put that up. Let me minimize that a little. Let me put that back real quick. I just want to show you that's a good possibility that matches up. Hold on, let me find that. Look at the timeline. You say September 1st, and listen, this vehicle was there for 72 hours on August 27th, 2025? Is it possible that he was there and he drove the car, or somebody drove the car from Texas to there and dropped it on August 27th? Now, it was there for 72 hours, guys. It's his car. Then 72 hours later, on 9/3, 5 days before they found the trunk, another 72 hours, they placed a tag on the vehicle. It's not supposed to be there. No evidence. Then everything's intact. 72 hours to tow, and that's what happened. September 8th, it gets towed, and they smell something putrid. Hey, we're just working out suppositions here, guys. Obsessive, demonic, inappropriate, child predator is a piece of trash. So, I appreciate that, guys, for letting me know. And Marquisha says, Discord Celeste asked for 10 bands. He gave her 9 bands. She was lucky. But you know what? Whatever she got out of him is not worth her life. Your life is not worth having money. If you ever do get a hold of a bunch of money, I think you'll realize as you grow older that money doesn't make you happy. Money can do that to you, though. Whatever happened to this guy, whatever dark fantasies he had, he decided to act them out, in my opinion. All right? I think we all need to remember the bottom line. What's not in contest is that he groomed and did inappropriate stuff with the minor. You're absolutely right, Coco. Why do people gloss over that? It's sad that a child was abandoned by a parent. Linda, you guys are just nailing it right now, because aside from all the fact that she was found dismembered in his trunk, let's take away the fact that she was found dismembered in his trunk and remember that this guy's a freaking child predator that put it for the whole world to see. And then he tried to subtly disguise her, and while writing all these dark fantasies out, guys, we can't. Yeah, you're right. You cannot take away the fact that this little girl was groomed from the age allegedly of 10 or 11. You can't take away the fact that she was missing since 2024 when she got into the car with somebody, as her brother said. Yes, and the older you get, you realize money comes and money goes. It's life. True happiness is found within. It's not found within your money. All right. And people realize that, just like this guy. This guy had the world. He has the world in his hands. And look at he's facing now because of his dark passenger, we'll call it, like Dexter, right? Again, this just started. There's a lot of different suppositions, a lot of different theories, and all we could do is just keep following the case. Fly Girl says if he's not guilty of anything, he's definitely guilty of grooming a minor. Thank you. And we take that very, very seriously. All right. This is a good case to take a look at and just realize that teens being groomed is a huge problem, especially in the United States. People sometimes seem to think if the kid's 12 or 13 and somebody's 17, 18, 19, it's okay. Back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, people would marry the 18, 19, 20-year-olds would marry 14-year-olds. Well, it's not like that anymore. All right. So we got to remember that young kids, teens, young adults are being tranquilized and indoctrinated. I agree. Dark passenger, definitely. Maybe the white guy in the vid represents her Gus. All right. You say, gotta go. Love you, crew. All right, guys. She was seen alive on 9/22, 9/23. Right. Thank you. That was years ago. That was not 9/22 of 25. You're talking about 9 of 2022 and 9 of 2023. Are you talking about 2025? Let me know. At worst, he's a psycho, and at best, he's a chomo. Justice for Celeste. Let's put that back up there. You're right. All right, guys. I see the money change people, and it's bad. All right. You're absolutely right. Okay, 8/22. Okay. All right, cool, Deanna. Thank you for letting me know, because on 8/27, this guy's car all the way from Texas was found in Los Angeles, California, in Hollywood. All right. So 5 days later, the car was there. 4 days later, he was spotted there on 9/1. All right. Then 7 days later, her body was found decomposed partial body in the trunk. All right. She was at his show on 8/20. Oh, interesting. I have not seen that yet. I have not seen that she was at his show. So there you go. I mean, if that's the case, Deanna, then all we need is DNA at this point, because 5 days later, the car was there, and then days later her body was found. I don't know how you can dispute that. If that's the case, then they need to get this guy, put him under arrest, at least until they can get the DNA evidence back, because this is the kind of guy that will skip town. He has the money for it. All right. Coco Cutie, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. At the end of the day, someone's guilty and someone's guilty. He's guilty, in my opinion, of grooming this little girl. Anna, thank you. Miss Odin, good to see you. Please go back, rewatch, hit that like button, and share with your community. All right, guys, really or not murder. Whether he took her life or not really isn't the point. Well, it is. Her life is gone. Oh, please do send me the video. You could either send it to sendmecases@gmail.com, or you can send guiltyofcrimebyj@gmail.com. I did not see that on, you said 8/22. Let me see real quick. 8/22/25. Celeste was at David's concert. Yeah, this case, guys, when I was doing, well, Tiff helped me with the research, and I got to tell you, digging through this, there's a lot. There is a lot. There's so many different things going on in this case. What does it say? Decomposed body of teen girl in singer's trunk identified. Body found. A singer dead. Teen. Yeah, I don't see anything yet, but let me know. Get a chance to be a kid. No, she didn't. I grew up in Lake Elsinore. It's crazy. Down south. Paulette. Who's gaslighting people here? Paulette. Kelly. Who's gaslighting? Who we gaslighting? I do want to see that video where she was there, though. So many lives on YouTube about this, hoping for some breaking news. So many lives on YouTube about this, hoping for some break. Yeah, me too. Hoping for an arrest to come through. All right. That's what we hope for, is there to be an arrest. I do want to see that video, but if I don't get something soon, then we gotta go. What did Tiff sent me? Okay, so you sent me Chelan County Sheriff filing regard. Oh, this is Travis Decker. All right, so Travis Decker was found. Different case. Thanks for sending that, Tiff. The car control. Yeah, that's another thing, guys. We didn't even talk about any of that. Bill, the Tesla not only has the car controls, including the frunk, but you say it's controlled on an app by his phone. But also Teslas have cameras, different camera points, and they can pull that from the Tesla nowadays. So that's what they're doing, is they're looking at that. Yes, thank you. What I sent to. Yeah, there was a whole video on that. What's the email? The email is right here. Sendmecases@gmail.com. If you could send that to me fairly quickly, then I can share it. But otherwise, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. I mean, there's a lot in this case, guys. There's this here says David's private confession was recorded. No, not so much. But anyway, body of missing teen girl found in Tesla. I just don't see anything. Resurfaces, girl found. David TikTok. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if you sent it. Did you send it? You think it's a cover up? Yeah, Decker was found a mile away from where the girls were found, and they stopped everything. Release is a computer on wheels. What does that mean? Tesla is yes. Tesla is a computer on wheels, guys. And there's a whole talking point about the different areas of the Tesla that can find the evidence with dates and images, etc. Was that? I swear there was a blue car that was found around the same time as the Tesla had been towed away as well. There was also a body. Do you remember hearing that? No, I do not. Yeah, it has been programmed to park from a phone. Interesting. There's a whole video about that, guys. that talks about the Tesla and the points of interest on a Tesla. Send me, I shouldn't have gave you that email. Send me cases at gmail.com. I haven't logged into that for a minute, and it's not on this computer. Maybe it is. I don't think so, though. All right, hold on. I might not even be able to get it right now, guys. I hate leaving you guys here like that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to add a phone for hold on. Hold on. No, I don't want to do that. Why are they making me do that? All right. Another unsolved TBI case. I didn't get anything, guys, so I'm gonna have to. I can't sit here and wait, y'all. It's sendmecases@gmail.com. But what was I going to show you? Oh yeah, I wanted to show you the points of a Tesla where they can find evidence. Hold on. Let's say David D4. I don't like that either. That name, guys. D4vd Tesla. And what evidence can help? Let's see. All right. Five creepy details about dismembered. New details emerge in the yeah, I don't, guys. If she's not deceased, who says she's not deceased? Wait, who said that? They found her in the trunk dismembered, but yeah, I can't sit there and do the research on it right now. All right, guys. Well, I didn't get anything from you, so I guess we'll be back. That's why I won't write his name. I don't like his name either. They have confirmed it. It is, yeah, absolutely. They confirmed it, guys. They're 110%. They confirmed it. Decomposed body, identified as this little girl. All right. So let me just show you this real quick. If I don't get that video, then we'll have to come back. All right. We'll be back. Let me just show you real quick. They did this almost immediately, guys. All right. So let's take a look. Tur rolls. Is that yours? TR rolls. Hold on. All right. This is David's concert, guys. Hold on. This is David's concert on his last video, and it says people are saying this was Celeste. Thank you so much for sending that. I thought someone was going to just troll me and be like, I sent it. I sent it, Jay. I sent it. All right, look. The last video of his concert shows proof of life if this is her. Do you see that? Let me go back. Okay. Damn it. Hold on. All right, right there, y'all. We don't know for sure if that's her or not, but thank you for sending that. That is his last concert. That is part of his tour. It's on TikTok. Thank you, Dion. I got it. It's on TikTok. That picture right there, they're claiming is her. And this is on TikTok. Whoever made it is just, it's a TikTok person that posted it. Who made it? Let me see. Let me scroll down. G Money 741. I don't think that it's just someone got a copy of it. Someone got this copy. They're at the concert. All right. It's his last concert. It's his tour that he's on, and they're saying that it's her. And it's saying they can't refresh it either. So whatever happened, we saw it once, and that was it. There it is, guys. Yeah, that could be her. It could not. The hair looks similar. The face not. Yeah, I don't think it's her either. It really doesn't look like her. But hey, it's a good supposition. I appreciate that. Thank you, Barbie G. Some pine with this bro. It's how she was found in. The tie too. Oh, really? Damn. Yeah, I don't think it was her. I don't think so. But All right, guys. I didn't think so. I'm not gonna say that. We'll say it could be her, but it's probably not. It doesn't look like her to me. In my opinion, it's not. But all right, guys. Thank you, Shoot for the Stars. I don't think it is, but I always appreciate having new people come onto this platform and talk to me about stuff. Now, let me I just have one more thing I want to show you so you guys know that that she was found and they identified her, guys. All right.
Week after a body was found inside an impounded Tesla,
Tesla
registered to the
with
singer
the
who goes
frunk
by the
open.
stage name David. Los Angeles investigators identifying the remains
could be,
as
but I don't think it is.
15-year-old Celeste Rivas, the same girl
I
who
don't
was
know. We
reported
don't know.
missing last year, according to the Riverside County Sheriff's Office. Police first found the teen's decomposed body on September 8th after being called to a Hollywood tow.
Now, listen, if the other Celeste would come forward, then we'd be able to find out who the older Celeste is, how old she is, how long she's been standing in. Was she at that concert? We got a lot to answer. All right. So we're going to answer that as this case breaks open. Every second, there's new news. There's new news in this, and people just keep putting the content out, putting the content. Now, I'm waiting for police to come out with an official report, DNA, anything that's going to connect this man officially to Celeste's body. All right. Just name David for domestic violence. Yeah, that other Celeste knows something and she needs to come forward. All right, Anna Clark and all of you, we're going to finish this and head out.
Yard because of a foul odor coming from the Tesla, which was impounded after a person reported the car abandoned. Law enforcement sources say the remains were not intact. And according to the medical examiner, it appeared the girl, who is described as having wavy black hair and weighing about 71 pounds, had been dead inside the Tesla for an extended period of time. The singer David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, rose to fame on TikTok and is currently on tour. A spokesperson for the artist did not respond to NBC News' request for comment today, but last week said the 20-year-old was fully cooperating with the authorities.
Now, listen, when they found her body at the same time, literally simultaneously, while they were out there with that white tent, he was on stage performing. Okay. He didn't make one damn statement and he continued on his tour until they stopped it. All right. Now, Lil Red says maybe he has a second Celeste because he knew the other Celeste was deceased. Well, yeah, we showed you all that earlier. Melissa, yeah, please email me. I'll post it up. I got to get an email, my friend. All right. Much love to you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sunpine. All right. Much love to you, Melissa. This is an interesting case. And until we get the next level of information from law enforcement or something else, somebody comes forward, second Celeste, we can't make assumptions. This is it. This is what we could assume.
The LAPD is not calling the death criminal, saying in a statement that at this time, the agency does not have a crime classification from the coroner as to the mode or manner of death. Right. Thus, we do not have any suspect information at this time. And right now, police have not said if they believe the singer David knew or ever had contact with the victim. We are just learning that his show scheduled for tonight in Seattle has now been canceled.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on.
All right, y'all. Much love to you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. When I get a comment like this, it makes everything else okay, right? All the trolls and all the stuff and all the hate and all the knowing that I'm covering true crime so we can get to the next case, the next person, to help a child, to have the family reach out. Because remember, that is what the foundation of guilty of crime has been. Do you remember Corey Michelow? Do you remember Rebecca Michelow? Do you remember Brianna Michelow? All of those people, all of those cases have come on my channel, and we've all helped them to get their voice out there and to have a platform to be able to talk about these cases. All right. So that's what guilty of crime is. That's what we do. That's what we're going to continue to do. Barbie says, I'm seriously looking forward to tomorrow's show here with our most favorite host. And I appreciate that. I've got to put something together and we've got to talk about same thing, graping, grooming, and Jen Soto. And what we think, we need to put Jen Soto back in the spotlight and find out if she is going to get arrested and how can we play a role in that. All right. I can summon Tesla, call ASS, but not make it self-park. Yeah, we do need to find out more about that, and I think they'll release that when more information comes out. We're going to find out what the key points are, or what the key evidence from the Tesla is. Did somebody rip out a portion of it? There was a part that was dented in. Did they take it? Did they take it out to try to hide evidence? Where is it? What's the evidence? Coco Cutie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Much love to all of you. Have a wonderful night. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much, FarQ, for supporting the channel and being here and all that. I got you, Melissa. I'll take a look at what you got. All right. 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Monday through Friday. We'll be back tomorrow. 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Love you guys. Mwah. See you soon. Thank you.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?